Heritage Crusaders, a 3A school. I believe they're located over in Dell City, Oklahoma. They come into the game with a record of 4 wins and 3 losses. And the Fort Cobb Lady Mustangs defeated the Hinton Comets, the hometown Hinton Comets, yesterday in an outstanding ball game as the Lady Mustangs defeated the Lady Comets 38-37. Starting lineups now for the Lady Mustangs: a sophomore, number 3, Autumn Hawkins; a freshman, number 10, Kalia Silverhorn; a junior, number 14, Riley Rip; a senior, number 21, Jillian Stinson, who had 18 points last night; and a senior post player, number 32, Kelby Edge. The Lady Mustangs are coached by Miss Kelsey Shumpert in her first season for the Lady Mustangs. For the Christian Heritage Crusaders, they start a sophomore, number 10, Crimson Cleveland; a sophomore, number 14, Hannah Peters; a senior, number 15, Gracie Little Jim; a junior, number 21, Hannah Carpenter; and a junior, number 23, Lila Baker. The Lady Crusaders are coached by Miss Lisa Little Jim, and they are a private school located over in Dell City, Oklahoma. They are in a classification of 3A in OSSAA rankings. So it'll be Fort Cobb in their road blue uniforms, going left to right on your TV screen here. We start the game. It'll be Edge, Kelby Edge, jumping center, and the ball is tapped and loose on the floor. It's picked up by the Lady Mustangs. So Jill Stinson brings it into the front court. Long pass down to Edge. Layup good. Great start for the Lady Mustangs as Edge hustled down the floor, and Jill Stinson with a good alert pass down to her for the easy 2. So the Lady Mustangs on top 2-0. There's a steal by Lady Mustangs. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by the Lady Crusaders, now into the front court. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound Crusaders, tapped around by Rep. Shot put up good. We're tied at 2. As a basket is made by Crimson Cleveland. We're all tied at 2. Stinson into the front court. Christian Heritage, it's like going to be a zone defense perhaps, and there's a foul on Stinson on the drive. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. She had an outstanding ball game last night as she did a great job of driving to the basket just like she did there. First foul is on Carpenter, her first. And Stinson's first free throw, no good. But Stinson had 18 points last night. Most of those were on drives through the basket. Second free throw, too strong. 0 for 2 so far. Ball kicked around on the floor, picked up by Christian Heritage. Hawkins giving some pressure in the backcourt, and they break it easily into the front court. Mustangs in a man-to-man defense. They'll probably play that most of the game. That's what they did last night, and were very effective. As they swing it around the perimeter to the post player, that's Little Jim. Ball taken away by Silverhorn. Racing it into the front court, 2-on-2. Now she'll pull it back out to Hawkins. Skip over to Rep. Right wing 3 on the way. No good. Looked like it was going to go in. Bounced off. Silverhorn hustles for the rebound. Over to Rep. Ball fake. Back to Hawkins. They swing it around the perimeter to Stinson, who drives through the baseline to Silverhorn. Left wing 3 on the way short. And it'll go out of bounds. 6:20 to play. Opening period just underway. We're tied at 2. Looks like these teams are pretty evenly matched just so far here early in the contest. Mustangs, and there's a foul on Riley Rep as she tried to reach around and bat the pass away. That'll be the first team foul on the Lady Mustangs. As you might notice, Fort Cobb girls only have 6 players suited up, so fouls could be a problem. They've got to be careful in picking up a bunch of fouls because it can really hinder you when you don't have any depth and have one substitute to go in, and she's a quality player, but you only have one. Ball's deflected. Their shot by Edge altered her shots. Loose on the floor. Good hustle by the Crusaders. I believe she stepped on the baseline, but they didn't call it. Over to left wing 3 on the way. No good. Rattled out. Battle for the rebound. It's picked up by the Crusaders. They're really crashing the boards here early. Basket good by Gracie Little Jim, as they have really so far dominated the boards on the offensive glass, and they take a 4-2 lead here early in the contest. Mustang's going to have to do a better job blocking out. Stinson on the drive, and she's going to be fouled away from the basket as she started the drive. And that'll be the second team foul on the Crusaders, and it's the second personal on Carpenter. And she's trying to guard Stinson, who likes to drive. Bounce pass underneath the Silverhorn. Out front to Hawkins, who hit a couple of big free throws last night at the end of the game. Stinson now with it. Once again, the drive. Gets a screen from Rep, but can't get the shot to fall. Rebound, Crusaders. He'll bring it into the front court. Right side to French with it. First time he's handled it much. Back to French. Little Jim at the free throw line. 15-footer won't go. Rep there for the rebound, but she's pressured and fouled by Crimson Cleveland, and that'll be her first personal. I'll tell you what, that's what I've noticed so far about the Crusaders, is they crash the boards. And when you go in there for a rebound, you can't take it for granted, because they're going to be poking at it. They have several players over there on the bench, so they're not really afraid of fouling it, apparently, because they're really aggressive on the glass. And there's what are they going to call, double dribble? That's what I thought. She got in heavy traffic there and called for double dribble. Turnover to the Crusaders. And replacing Hannah Carpenter is number 13. That will be Erin Stanley, junior guard for Christian Heritage. She handles it for the first time. Stinson on her. 4:43, they lob it down low. Right under the basket, shot no good by Crimson Cleveland, but the ball went off edge and out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Crusaders. They lead it 4-2, 4:38 to play opening period. And we're going to have a foul away from the ball. It's going to be a moving screen, I believe. And I believe he's going to get number 10. As she looked guilty as she ran down the floor. That'll be the fourth team foul on the Crusaders, second personal on Cleveland. So the Mustangs are picking up some fouls on Crusaders. If they can get to that free throw line, that'll help. Edge with a nice move across the paint basket, good. Kelby Edge with 2 quick baskets, ties the game at 4. Nice move to her left that time, right in front of the basket, knocked it in. Edge does a good job patrolling the paint for the Mustangs. Other teams so far this season, they don't get a lot of easy baskets underneath the basket and on a half-court possession. There's a good play by Edge as she anticipated the pass, jumped right around her girl and intercepted it. Beautiful play by Edge. Hawkins on the drive along the baseline. Lost possession of it. It's picked up by Rep to Silverhorn, and she's going to shuffle her feet, trying to drive to the basket. She did that a couple of times last night, just in a tad bit too much of a hurry. Just needs to slow down a little bit. She's quick enough to drive around her defender without getting that little head start. So she'll slow down on that, and I'm sure she'll improve as the game goes probably. That's got good quickness. Edge and Rep double team, and we're going to have a foul charge to, once again, the foul charge to Gracie Little Jim for the Crusaders, and that'll be the 5th team foul already with 3.5 minutes to play opening period. So if the Mustangs can make free throws, this could be a real positive for them if they can get them in that 1-and-1. Rep, a little 8-foot runner off the glass, won't go. Nice rebound by Natalie French. And into the front court comes Christian Heritage. Silverhorn doing a good job staying in front of her girl. There, Little Jim had a chance to drive, but she passed in the corner. Looked like she got around Edge briefly, but didn't take it on to the hoop. Edge doing a good job facing her this time. Under now, shot no good. Foul is going to be on Stinson as Erin Stanley snuck along the back door there, and a good alert pass. And she'll be shooting 2. That's the second team foul on Fort Cobb. And the first free throw rattles in. Erin Stanley with her first point. And it gives the Crusaders 5-4 lead. Checking in for the Mustangs for the first time, Zoe Brown replacing Silverhorn. Second free throw too long. Hawkins there with the rebound. Jump pass over to Stinson, who drives in the corner to Brown, out to Edge. Cross court in the corner to Rep. Ball fake. Drives around her defender. Little runner off the glass and good. Beautiful shot by Riley Rep for her first basket. Mustangs on top 6-5. 2:38 to play opening period. Good back and forth game so far. Last night was a great ball game between Hinton and Fort Cobb. The biggest lead of that game was 7 points. There's a near steal by Stinson, got her hand on it, but then the Crusaders got it back. But last night it was mostly 2 to 4 points most of the game, then up to 6 and briefly 7. Left-handed shot off the glass and good by the Crusaders. And that was taken by Morgan Hale for her first basket, and Coach Shumpert wants to take a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with it. We'll be back after this 30-second break.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC.
All right, it'll be Fort Cobb's basketball as Coach Shumpert, I noticed that she did that quite a few times last night. She'll see something she doesn't really like on the defensive end, and she'll immediately call a timeout, try to correct them. There's Rep, left wing three on the way, good. Riley Rep with a long tray and puts the Mustangs on top 9-7, as that's 5 points so far in the quarter for Riley Rep. But last night, a lot of the points she was making when the other team would drive and no one would step over to stop the ball as they would drive to the hoop, and she tried to work that out several times last night. I don't know exactly what she's talking about today, but she saw something she didn't like in the defensive stop. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Lady Mustangs basketball with a 2-point lead. 1.5 minutes to play opening period. Stinson gets a screen from Edge, bounce pass in the corner to Hawkins, back to Edge, top of the key. They kind of run that offense a lot through Edge at the top of the key. She's tall. There she cuts to the basket, makes a nice move. Shot off the glass, no good. Boy, that's just how you draw it up right there. As she caught the ball kind of deep in the lane, made a little move and went right around the defender, and might have kind of surprised her that she was that wide open and rushed the shot a little bit. Fortunately, the Mustangs maintain possession. They'll get another opportunity. They lob it down to Rep. Shot off the glass and good. Riley Rep for two. Biggest lead of the night, 11-7 now for the Mustangs with a minute to play opening period. In the corner, Little Jim, long shot off the front iron, no good. Rebound Rep. Less than a minute to play, opening period. Mustangs trying to build on a 4-point lead. Stinson left side to Hawkins. And she's going to be tripped and fouled as she was dribbling across the top of the key. And that'll be the 6th-team foul now on the Crusaders. And that'll be the 3rd personal on Hannah Carpenter, and she'll take a seat. She's going to be replaced by Haley Witcher. Now the Crusaders really picked up the fouls here early. Rep gets the ball into Stinson. Hawkins along the baseline, double team. Shot off the left foot, knocks it in. Good basket by Autumn Hawkins. 13-7 now. It looked like she kind of looked like a Dirk Nowitzki shot. Kind of went off the wrong foot there. And there's a turnover. Hawkins back with it. 22 seconds to play. She races it down the floor. Shot off the glass and good. Autumn Hawkins with 2 baskets in a row, and it's 15-7 just like that. 11 seconds to play. Mustangs doing a great job on defense. 5 seconds, 2 seconds. Ball batted away, and they're going to have a foul on Rep with 0.3 seconds. That's tough luck there, as there was no way they were going to get a shot off there, and Rep reached around and picked up their second personal foul with 0.3 of a second to play here in the opening period. And they're going to lob it in, catch, free throw line, and that'll do it. Your first quarter score, Fort Cobb Broxton 15, the Christian Heritage Crusaders 7. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier, best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost.
Outstanding first quarter. The Lady Mustangs, as they finished on a flurry, and they lead it 15-7 as we start the second period. Christian Heritage with a basketball. I tell you, I just can't really say enough about the Mustangs defense. They play a tight man-to-man. They don't foul a lot, and they're doing a great job of standing in their way. Good job by Edge there defending the post, and she comes away with a rebound. Stinson now into the front court to Edge, holding top of the key to Silverhorn in the corner. Brown out front. They swing it around. Stinson drives by her defender who turned her head, gets all the way to the baseline, kicks it out. And there's Edge with it down low to Hawkins. Kicks it back out to Silverhorn. It's going to great hustle by Silverhorn to save it from going in the backcourt. Mustangs keeping their composure here. That's a good thing, not just taking shots just because they think they have to. They're working the ball, trying to get an open look. Down low to Silverhorn. It's batted out of bounds. Good defense that time by Little Jim. And it'll go out of bounds. Stay with Fort Cobb. And checking back in will be Haley Witcher for the Crusaders. Mustangs doing a good job on offense, just being patient, working it around, trying to get a good shot. Stinson now on the drive. Round a defender shot off the glass and no good, but that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Mustang fan. Foul is charged to Gracie Little Jim. And it'll be a two-shot foul this time, but that's the 7th team foul on the Crusaders, and the first free throw good by Jillian Stinson. That's her first point of the night. If you get her going to the free throw line, it could really be a good night for the Mustangs. And she makes them both. (17-7). The Mustangs lead it by 10. 6:45 to play. Second period. They've kind of settled in here, and they're doing a good job defensively. Zoe Brown got her hand on the ball and went out of bounds. They'll stay with Christian Heritage, but she's done an outstanding job. I'm really impressed with her, the way her defensive position. She moves her feet, slides her feet well. And we're going to have travel. Turnover on Aaron Stanley for the Crusaders. It'll turn over to Fort Cobb Broxton. And Jillian Stinson in set to inbound to Silverhorn into the front court. Hawkins with it. kind of playing a, trying to figure out what kind of defense they're playing, actually. It looks, Stinson drives along the baseline. She's cut off there well, out to Silverhorn. It's kind of like a matchup zone, it appears. I don't know, it's kind of unique the way they're. Drive by Stinson through the lane, shot good. Beautiful play by Jillian Stinson, and that's her first basket of the game. It gives her 4 points. 2 free throws a moment ago. 12-point lead for Fort Cobb. There's a drive. Nice underhand pass by Stanley over to Natalie French, but her shot's no good, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. As they're going to charge the foul to Silverhorn. And that'll be her first personal. 4th team foul on the Lady Mustangs. And at the line is number 23, that's Natalie French, and she makes her first free throw. First point in quite some time here. First point of the quarter, actually, for Christian Heritage. He'll have her second. Left-handed shot's good by Natalie French. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Fort Cobb. It'll be a 30-second break. We'll be back right after this.
Alfalfa and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the.
I'd like to thank our sponsors while we have the opportunity. Southwest Driving School in Anadarko, Carnegie Telephone, Washita Valley Bank, T-Birds there in Fort Cobb, and ABC Realty, Miss Shelley Dissy. Right wing 3 by Hawkins is good. Autumn Hawkins. That's 7 on the night for Autumn. Long 3-pointer. Gives the Mustangs a 13-point lead. I don't know if that was the play she called in the timeout over there, but it was very effective. Shot over edge won't go. Battle for the rebounds. Loose on the floor, picked up by Brown. Hands it off to Stinson, and she'll settle things down. Mustangs just doing a great job both ends of the floor. Defensively, there's a turnover, one of the few they've had tonight. Ball knocked away, picked up by the Crusaders. Little Jim sets for 3, rattles out, no good. Rebound Silverhorn. Crusaders have yet to connect on a 3-point shot. They haven't shot that many, but so far they haven't made any edge with it, holding along the baseline. Out front to Hawkins. As I mentioned earlier in the pregame show last night, the Mustangs had a 2-point lead with just a few seconds to go, and Hawkins went to the line. There's a 3-pointer, no good. Stinson there for the offensive rebound. Putbacks no, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Hawkins made 2 big free throws, and they proved to be very important as Hinton hit a 3-pointer at the buzzer. But they could only draw within 1 point as Hawkins had converted those free throws to make it a 4-point lead. Stinson's free throw is good. Stinson 3 out of 5 on the night so far. Free throw line, she's picked up 5 points. 3 of them at the line. Makes the 4th. 24-9 our score. Almost halfway through second period. Little Jim with it, holding out front. Rep on her. Holding. 1 dribble, picks it up. Bounce pass down the low block. Stinson guarding her defender. Shot off the glass, no good. A tough shot. They get their offensive rebound. They chase it down. And they'll reset the offense. They're going to try the same play again. Hawkins is all over. Good job defending. Little Jim has it, poked away, picked up by Hannah Peters. And now she's holding. They've just been stymied here on this end One dribble, cross-court pass, shot on the way, no good. Ball loose on the baseline, and they say it bounced off the baseline by Silverhorn, so it'll stay with the Crusaders. Little Jim will inbound. You can see the frustration on the Crusaders' faces. They're just having a difficult time getting good open looks, and when they get them, they can't make them. And there's going to be a foul on the floor on Rep, I believe, and that's cause for concern there. I believe that might be her third personal. That's the 5th team foul, and yes, I was correct. That'll be the third personal on Riley Rep, so she's probably going to have to take a seat for the rest of the half. Lady Mustangs will miss her. Steadiness on the floor. Lob pass underneath. Around the defender, shot no good, and Stinson's going to pick up the foul, and that's at least 2 on her, I'm pretty sure. That's the 6th team foul, and that'll be 2 on Stinson. So that's not what you want to see as a Fort Cobb fan, of these picking up a lot of fouls. We talked about their lack of depth. They only have 6 players. First free throw is good by Crimson Cleveland. She's got 3 on the night so far. Second free throw is also good. She swishes it cleanly through. And checking in will be number 22. That's Natalie French. She's got a couple of points so far. 13-point lead for the Mustangs. 3:14 to play in the second period. Got to kind of be careful here. They're trying to make a little run at it. Fouls have kind of slowed us down our momentum. There's Stinson on the drive. Step through move. Don't go. Edge with the loose ball, kicks it out to Silverhorn. Wise decision there, over to Hawkins, through the defender. Shot is, well, it was good, but they called her for traveling. I didn't really think she traveled on that one. I thought maybe she might have on a play or two ago, but that one, they say she traveled. Turn it over to the Crusaders. They drive into paint, kick it around. Silverhorn defending her girl well. Now, Little Jim going against Edge into the paint. Shot over Edge is no good. Edge causes them to alter a lot of shots, I'll tell you. She's quite a presence underneath the basket when she moves her feet like she did then. That's a good job. Zoe Brown with it, top of the key to Stinson. They swing it around Silverhorn, wide open, 3-pointer, no good, went over the backboard. Had enough time to drink a cup of coffee there, but couldn't get the shot in. Good ball movement. They keep that up, they'll keep getting open shots. Those will go in. 2:09 to play in the half. Mustangs led it 15-7 after one period. And so the Crusaders have only scored 4 points here, almost 7 minutes in to the second period. Good job defensively by the Mustangs that time as they take the ball away. It's a nice gym here in Hinton. If you had never been to the Coliseum, and there's a pass that was intended for Stinson, but it was thrown away. Crusaders have it. It's a beautiful facility. Going to have a timeout taken by Coach Little Jim of the Christian Heritage Crusaders. We'll take it with them. We'll be back after this short break.
Field and off.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand.
All right, it'll be the Christian Heritage Crusaders basketball. 1:33 to play in the half. See what kind of offensive set they set here this time. They're trying to draw a foul on Stinson, and that's what happened. Basket's good, and that'll be the third personal foul on Jillian Stinson. You could kind of see that coming. I think their coach tried to draw that up, drove the ball against Stinson, and Jillian picked up her third personal. So now the Lady Mustangs have Riley Rep and Jill Stinson both with 3 fouls. And free throw's good. 3-point play by Crimson Cleveland. That really hurt right there. Cut the lead to 10. More importantly, we've got Stinson with 3 fouls. That could limit her ability here second half. We kind of need to milk some clock here, I think, trying to get to the halftime locker room without committing any more fouls. Hawkins on the drive, bumps into a defender, and I believe they're going to call it for traveling that time. Yes, I believe she crashed into her defender and came down kind of awkwardly, and that's a travel. With 1:02 to play in the half. Momentum's kind of got on the side of the Crusaders here. The Mustangs had firm control with a 13-point lead. There's another drive by Crimson Cleveland, and they kind of figured out kind of what to do now is they just take it to the hoop, and they'll either foul you or let you go. That's about all you can do. 24-16, 8-point lead. They've got close. Mustangs had a 13-point lead and was very comfortable. Now all of a sudden the momentum has switched to CHA. 33 seconds to play, and the ball goes out of bounds, tapped away by the Crusaders. Mustangs kind of need to weather the storm here. Just hang on to the ball, perhaps take a last shot. Don't give Christian Heritage any more momentum than they already have by letting them score again before the half. Hawkins now top of the key over to Silverhorn. Still working their offense. They don't appear to be in a delay mode of any kind. Stinson with it along the baseline. 20 seconds to play. Drives in the paint. Left-handed shot. No good. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Hawkins with 15 seconds. Drive along the baseline. Shot good off the glass by Autumn Hawkins. They needed that. Back to a 10-point lead. 8 seconds to play. They race it into the front court. Pass down low. Stinson's got to let her go. Shot no good. Hit the buzzer. Your halftime score, Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs 26 and the Christian Heritage Crusaders 16. As it kind of got, the Mustangs had firm control over the second half or second period there. They led by 13 on several occasions. And then the last minute or two of the second quarter, things kind of got a little difficult as Riley Rep picked up her 3rd foul, as did Jillian Stinson, and really affected him on the defense on the last 2 or 3 possessions as Crimson Cleveland was able to catch the ball. That's who Stinson was defending, and she was able to drive to the basket, and basically Stinson just had to let her go because she couldn't pick up her 4th foul. We'll give you some halftime stats here before we take a break. First, we'll look at Christian Heritage. Erin Stadley had 1 free throw for 1 point. Natalie French, a sophomore guard, had 2 free throws for 2 points. Morgan Hale, a freshman, had 2. Senior Gracie Littlejim had 2. And Crimson Cleveland, the sophomore guard forward for the Crusaders, had a really good finish there at the end, and she 2, 4, 6, 9 points for her in the opening half for their 16 points. For the Lady Mustangs, who scored 26 points, very effective first half. Kelby Edge got off to a quick start, had 4 quick points for the Lady Mustangs. Jillian Stinson only made 1 field goal, but she was 4 out of 6 from the free throw line for 6 points. Riley Rep played awfully well. She had 7 points there all in the first quarter. And she had 2 2-point goals and a 3-point field goal. And Autumn Hawkins really played well today and made some big baskets to start the game. And in the second period, she had 4 points in the first period and 5 in the second for her total of 9 points as she leads the Mustangs in scoring with 9 points. So your halftime score, the Lady Mustangs 26 and the Christian Heritage Crusaders 16. The winner of this contest will play tomorrow evening in the championship game, and that will be at 7 p.m. against Community Christian High School. The loser of this ball game will play tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. against Newcastle, and that will be the 3rd place game. So hopefully Lady Mustangs can hold on to this lead and play for the championship game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So we're going to take a break at this moment, and when we come back, we'll have second half action. You're listening to the FCBMustangs.tv.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market.
260835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Washita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Washita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier, best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Welcome back to the Hinton Coliseum. Halftime, almost set for the third quarter. Always enjoy coming to Hinton. A beautiful Coliseum they have over here, probably 8 or 10 years old, but it's beautiful. It's round. All the seats have a great view of the court, all chair-back seating. Just a wonderful facility here in Caddo County. And it's always nice to come over here and visit with my old friend Jared Holman. He's the, I guess, the tournament director here at Hinton. He's a longtime coach over here and a basketball official. And Jared grew up across the alley from me in Lone Wolf, Oklahoma. He's quite a bit younger than me, but Jared's a fine fella, school teacher over there at Hinton, and does a great job at his teaching role and the role he has over in Hinton. And he's a good friend of mine, and if you come by Hinton, say hello to Jared Holman. He's a good young man. Mustangs with the ball to start the third period of play. They lead it by 10 points. Cause for concern here if you're just joining us. Riley Rep and Jill Stinson both going to have a turnover on Hawkins as she jumped off came down on before she could turn loose of the ball, and it'll be a turnover. But Jill Stinson and Riley Rep both have 3 fouls, so that's cause for concern. The Lady Mustangs, they've gone to a zone defense here to kind of remedy that problem. There's a shot under the glass, no good. Putback is good by Crimson Cleveland as she starts off the second half with a basket, as she had 9 in the first half, leading the scores for the Crusaders. But the Mustangs played a man-to-man strictly in that first half, and towards the end of the half, the Crusaders kind of figured out if they would drive to the basket, they could pick up some fouls, and so the adjustment to that is to go to a zone, so we'll see how that works. Mustangs need to continue to keep scoring here to keep them at bay. They lead now 8. There's a pass intercepted by Hannah Carpenter all the way down, left-handed layup, good. And just like that, the Crusaders have cut the lead to 6 with 2 straight baskets to open the third period. 6:43 to play in the third. Stinson with it. I'd like to see Jill try to drive to the basket a little bit tonight, but it's a little difficult. They definitely have a height advantage on us. Shot by Hawkins won't go, crawled off the rim. Crusaders there for the rebound. They do a good job on the glass, both ends of the floor, the Crusaders do. One of the things that's kind of kept them in the game so far. There's a 15-foot elbow jumper by Cleveland. It's a wild shot, no good, and the ball is tracked down by the Crusaders along to Little Jim along the baseline. A little shot over Edge won't go. Ball tapped around and Edge controls it. As Little Jim had a point blanker and couldn't get it to drop. 6 minutes to play in the third. Hawkins holding over to Stinson. Down low to Riley Rep, got loose. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled by Little Jim. And Riley Rep will go to the line to shoot 2, so it's a good offensive possession this trip. First team foul, and the third on Little Jim. And Riley Rep will be shooting 2. And first free throw, no good. Riley has 7 points on the night so far. Checking in will be Zoe Brown replacing Hawkins, and Little Jim will sit down, and she's going to be replaced by Hannah Carpenter for the Crusaders. Rep has 1 more, and free throw is hard off the back iron, no good. Stinson, though, with a good rebound. Anticipated where that was going to miss, and she got it. She'll try a 3-pointer, good. Jillian Stinson with a big basket. Her first 3-pointer of the night gives her 9 points so far, and it's back to a 9-point lead for the Lady Mustangs. See how they do in this zone defense. See how this affects the flow of the game. Stinson got her hand on it. Knocked it away briefly, but they chase it down. There's a ball kicked out of bounds by Zoe Brown. So far, this zone seems to be pretty effective. They didn't, the Crusaders didn't shoot the ball very well from outside the first half, so this might be a real answer to our prayers here if they can. There's a good steal, good work by Zoe Brown there to bat it away. Stinson with it into the front court. Crossover dribble, now drives, kicks it over to Rep along the baseline, 15-footer, good. Riley Rep for 2. Her first bucket of the second half. And the Mustangs have built the lead back 31-20. Yeah, it seems like this zone has really slowed them down a little bit here. It's stopped their driving, that's for sure. Just passing it around the perimeter. Now they go along the baseline. They double team. There's somebody open under the basket. Shot good. And that is Morgan Hale for her first basket of the half. She got 4 so far. She had 2 early points. Now we're going to have heavy pressure, and Coach Shumpert's going to take a timeout to avoid the turnover as Stinson had picked up her dribble. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business.
4:33 to play here in the third period. Be the Mustangs basketball. They lead it by 9, 31-22. Seems like they've kind of weathered the storm here. The Crusaders really gained some momentum there at the end of the half. And the Fort Cobb has kind of battled back here. Rep with a nice move, but the shot's too strong. Goes along over the basket, picked up by Christian Heritage. Good move by Riley. Shot was just a little long. Long cross-court pass. Mustangs doing a good job with their 2-1-2 zone they've gone to now. They're trying to force them to shoot long shots, and they haven't proven really that they can make them tonight, so hopefully that will continue if you're a Fort Cobb fan. Skip pass. Trying to protect a couple of players that's got 3 fouls here. So far it's we've played half of the third quarter, and Fort Cobb yet to pick up a foul so far. I hope I didn't jinx them. The offense for the Crusaders is really slowed here. There's a long three-pointer. No good. Rebound Stinson. I think they kind of shot that one out of desperation a little bit. Silverhorn over to Stinson. She can hit that shot. Left wing three. No good. I thought it was going to crawl over the rim, but it fell off. That would have been a big basket. The biggest lead so far has been 13 for the Mustangs. They lead it by 11 now, 31-22, or by 9, I should say. Drive along the baseline. Shot over Edge, no good. Battle for the rebound. Edge gets it, taps it to herself. Good work that time. 2 stops in a row there for the Lady Mustangs with 3 minutes to play in the third. Rep has it. Ball fake into the lane area and over to Silverhorn to Edge. Holding, cross court to Rep, all alone. Three-pointer on the way short. And out of bounds. Be turned over to the Crusaders. Had a wide open look at it that time. Mustangs are getting the shots they want, I think. They just got to make them. That's kind of the way the basketball is played. You just try to get the shots, you get open looks, and hope that you can make them. 2:33 to play, third period. Oh, there's a wide open shot under the basket. Left-handed shot by Little Jim's no good. And Edge comes out of there with it, and she's going to be fouled by Little Jim, and I think that'll be 4 on her, as she had just checked back in a moment ago with 3 fouls. And she's going to be replaced now by Morgan Hale. Little Jim, I'm sure, is probably the coach's daughter. She's Lisa Little Jim is a coach, and Gracie is number 15, Gracie Little Jim. She's had some good looks today. She's had hard luck. Good left-handed shot, but not able to get them in. Edge now with it, over to Silverhorn. Drives along the baseline, got around her defender, shot off glass, and good. Aaliyah Silverhorn with her first basket of the day. Made a nice move along the baseline. 2 minutes to play. Third period, the Mustangs back up by 11. Bounce passes, goes out of bounds. They were trying to get it down low along the baseline, and girl couldn't reach the pass. It went out of bounds. Turnover to Fort Cobb, so they've done a good job here the last 3 or 4 trips. Stinson on the drive, through the defender, shot off the glass and good. Jillian Stinson with a beautiful drive. That gives her 11 points on the night. 5 of them here in the third period. There's a near steal by Silverhorn, but it's picked back up by the Lady Crusaders. Right wing 3 on the way by Carpenter, good. Hannah Carpenter with a long bomb 3, and we got a quick timeout. Going to be taken by Coach Shumpert. See, I think probably all they have left is full timeouts. I'm not sure. We'll check and see. Oh, the Little Jim called the timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
Allegiant Mark.
It'll be Fort Cobb's ball. They lead at 35-25. As Coach Little Jim took the time out there, I'm not sure what her strategy will be now, but 1:28 to play in the third. That's the first three-pointer the Lady Crusaders have hit in the game. They get it down to edge, front of the basket, kicks it to Silverhorn to rep. Drives into the paint, kicks it in the corner, and Zoe Brown was moving just as she passed the ball and goes out of bounds. Tough luck that time. Turnover to the Crusaders. And checking in will be placing number 24, Haley Witcher, is going to be Morgan Hale. 1:09 to play. Third period. The Mustangs on top by 10. We'll see if they try to continue to shoot that three-point shot. The Mustangs still in his own defense. Good job so far on this possession. There's a shot. Her toe was right on the line. Rebound put back is good. Offensive glass. Natalie French knocks it in for 2. Cuts the lead to 8. 44 seconds to play in the third. Crusaders really good on the glass. Rep on a 14-footer straight away won't go. Rebound control by Crusaders. Crimson Cleveland, who's been quiet here this quarter, got the rebound. Over to French. They lob it down low, and we're going to have a foul, I believe, on the edge probably, as they tried to pound it down low. And the foul is going to be on Kelby, and that's her first personal. Done a good job of playing underneath the basket, defending their post player without picking up any fouls today. It's been huge. That's her first. 26 seconds to play in the third. 8-point lead by the Mustangs. Christian Heritage moving the ball around, trying to move it quickly to get an open look. Zoe Brown doing a good job moving her feet. 11 seconds to play. They pass it down low. Crimson Cleveland shot good. She's fouled by Edge. Crimson Cleveland, who had been quiet up until that possession. She scored 2 quick points. She had 9 in the first half. She scored 2 right off the bat in the third, and then now she's going for a 3-point play with 7 seconds to play. That's the second personal on Edge. So on this trip down the floor, Kelby Edge has picked up 2 fouls. So that's kind of cause for concern. 6-point lead for Fort Cobb. Cleveland at the line. Free throw high arcing shot is good. That's the lead to 5, and now they're going to put some pressure on in the backcourt. 3-quarter court press. Silverhorn gets it into the front court, no problem. 4 seconds, all the way down. Bounce pass to Zoe Brown, shot off the glass. Good at the buzzer. Zoe Brown. Beautiful play by Silverhorn, who dribbled the ball down perfectly, led the fast break, passed the pressure, and dropped it off to Brown for an easy 2. After 3 quarters, Mustangs lead at 37-30. We'll be back right after this.
Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area.
All right, we start the fourth quarter with a 7-point lead for the Mustangs. Has a big basket there by Zoe Brown at the end of the third period for her first basket of the day. That was a big one. Beautiful play by the Mustangs as they defeated the press and made it look easy. Now the Crusaders chipping away. They trailed by 10 at the half. Now they trail by 7. So chipping away at that lead. See if the Mustangs can hold on to it. There's a shot over Edge, is no good. Nice rebound by Stinson along the baseline. Good work by Edge. He didn't pick up that third foul right there. That's what the Crusaders are trying to do, I think, is drive it in there and see if they can get Edge out. Stinson on a strong drive. Basket's no good, but she's fouled. Jill Stinson made up her mind to drive to the hoop and going to work out for 2 free throws here. Stinson's a good free throw shooter. She's 4 out of 6 on the night, and that's the 4th personal foul on Hannah Carpenter. And Stinson, who missed her first 2 free throws, she's made 4 in a row now, and she makes this one. Free throws are going to be critical. They always are. Little Jim will check in, replacing Carpenter. Free throws are always huge in a ball game, especially a close ball game like this. They were last night. 1 out of 2, and we're going to have a tie-up. Good work by Zoe Brown, and it'll stay with Fort Cobb with an 8-point lead. Rep to inbound. Lob it into Stinson, who got a screen from Edge. Shot off the glass, and heavy traffic won't go. Stinson clears the board, outlet to Rep around the perimeter. Edge now holding. Great work by Stinson there. Pretty good play. They had a screen from Edge, lobbed it into Stinson. Now she has it along the baseline. Double team, bounce pass to Rep, cutting to the basket. Shot good. Riley Rep on a good feed from Stinson, and she lays it in for 2. That's 11 on the night for Rep, and it back to a 10-point lead. 7 minutes to play in the contest. Ball loose on the floor. Two Mustang players dive for it. Brown and Rep with great hustle. It'll go out of bounds. That's what'll win you ball games right there, when you dive on the floor for loose balls. Good work that time. Crusaders now with it. 6:52 to play. The winner of this game will play for the championship game tomorrow night. There's Cleveland along the baseline. Crimson Cleveland with a nice drive and lays it in for 2. Back to an 8-point lead. Stinson now on the handle. Trying to dribble across this zone defense. Still with a handle. Picks it up over to Rep. Gets a screen from Edge. Ball fake. Keeps that ball moving. Drives to her right. Thought about a bounce pass to Silverhorn, and Silverhorn was covered up, and then it caused her to double dribble. Tough luck that time, as she had thoughts of bounce passing it to Silverhorn along the baseline, and then she thought better of it. That caused the turnover. Mustangs have got to keep their eye on number 10. That's Crimson Cleveland. She's their leading scorer, and she's been able to get loose along that baseline, and she's roaming back there right now. Had a good height advantage over some of our defenders. Her left-handed shot over Edge, no good, but Cleveland is there for the rebound. Putback's no good as she got herself in position, and that'll be the 4th personal foul on Jillian Stinson. I tell you, it's rough whenever you give up offensive rebounds. Usually bad things happen, and that's what happened there. Cleveland at the line now to shoot 2, and the first free throw no good, hard off the back iron. And Autumn Hawkins now will check in, replacing the steady Jillian Stinson, as Jillian has 9, 10, 12 points so far with the Mustangs. Had 18 last night, so that's a big score that's going to have to set down. There's a rebound by Little Jim. Putback's no good. We're going to have a tie-up, luckily, for the Mustangs. Once again, an offensive rebound by the Crusaders on a missed free throw. And now they'll get to keep possession of the ball. They need to stop right here. Mustangs lead it by 8. There's a three-pointer by Little Jim. No good, rattled out. Good rebound by Hawkins. She races it into the front court, ahead of the pack. Now she's stopped by Crimson Cleveland, and she causes a travel as she hustled back. You got to give it to her. Crimson really hustled down there and stopped the drive and caused a turnover. Now she has it on the other end. Shot over Edge, no good. Little Jim there with a rebound, put back good. Gracie Little Jim. And we're going to have a timeout taken. The Mustangs lead it 40-34. We'll be back after this.
Knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305. Member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier, best in state driving school, located in southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
5:23 to play in the contest. The lead is shrunk to 6, 40-34. It was a 10-point lead at the half and a 7-point lead as we started the fourth. As the Crusaders have continued to chip away, the biggest lead of the night was 13 by Fort Cobb. Fouls have kind of been an issue right now. Jill Stinson with 4. Sitting on the bench, Riley Rep has 3. She has the ball top of the key over to Edge, and the ball is knocked away by Crimson Cleveland, who's played really a good ball game for the Crusaders. Down to Little Jim, shot no good. Ball loose on the floor, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Crimson, with the Crusaders. Seems like Fort Cobb may be a little bit winded here. They're not moving quite as crisply as they were in the first half. The Crusaders have substituted liberally throughout the game. Mustangs only have 6 players, so they get a little tired, I think. Shot no good, ball loose on the floor. Once again, it seems like all the loose balls are going towards the Crusaders, but the Mustangs are going to get a break here. It goes out of bounds off of Christian Heritage, so Fort Cobb will have it with 4:43 to ball in the ball game. Seemed like there for a little while the Crusaders were getting all the rebounds and all the loose balls. Mustangs kind of need to stem the tide here. Zoe Brown with it. Cross court pass to Rep. Lone for 3 off the front iron, no good. Little Jim with a rebound. 4:25 to play. Crusaders seem to have a little more spring in their step here this possession. 3-pointer along the baseline might have been deflected. It's loose on the floor, but Crimson Cleveland tussles after the rebound. She's been a thorn in our side tonight. Little Jim 3-pointer, good. Gracie Little Jim drains a long 3-pointer, and just like that, it's a 40-37 ball game, and it's timeout Mustangs. We'll be back in 1 minute.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
40-37 as the Crusaders have continued to chip away, as Gracie Little Jim just hit a long 3-pointer. They've hit 2 3-pointers here in the quarter, and they've cut the lead to 3. 1 possession game all of a sudden. As Enrique and I were just discussing during the timeout, it looks like Fort Cobb's kind of fatigued at the moment. Stinson is checked back in. She'll dribble through the lane, shot off the glass, good. Big basket there by Jillian Stinson, who drove through the lane and laid it in for 2. Back to a 5-point lead for the Mustangs. They needed that in the worst way. And there's a takeaway. Good job by Riley Rep. The ball went through the hands of Crimson Cleveland, and Riley with Johnny on the spot to catch it. Mustang could work the clock here. Would probably be a wise thing. Save their legs a little bit. They tried to get it to Silverhorn. That was ill-advised. They threw it into heavy traffic, and there's going to be a turnover, but it's right back to them as they call a travel on the Crusaders. So quite a break for Fort Cobb that time as they turned it over, but the Crusaders gave it right back to them. 3:25 to play in the contest. Riley Rep to inbound along the baseline. Trying to get it into Silverhorn. Dribbles in the paint. Shot over Little Jim, high off the glass, no good. But she gets her own rebound. Zoe Brown around to Stinson. And the ball is kind of dribbled over her shoulder there, and it's going to be a turnover. No, was he going to call? Oh, he's going to call a foul. Okay, we'll take that. Foul is going to be charged to number 14. That's Hannah Peters, and that's her first personal. And the fourth team foul. Rep to inbound under heavy pressure, and the ball's intercepted. She tried to get it to Brown, cutting to the basket, and here they go all the way down, and layup is good by Hannah Carpenter. That's 7 here in the half for Carpenter, and it's back to a 3-point lead. Just under 3 minutes to play in the contest. Bounce pass to Edge is knocked away by Little Jim. Kind of a lazy pass there. It's a couple of turnovers in a row by Fort Cobb Broxton. Shot under the basket's good. That's Natalie French with her left-handed shot, and it's a 1-point lead. 42-41 now. 2:38 to play in the ball game. Down to crunch time. Got to take care of the ball. It's turnovers have killed them here in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the contest for the Mustangs. Stinson now dribbling out front, gets a screen from Edge. They need a basket here in the worst way. Stinson still dribbling. The senior guard for the Mustangs, played a lot of ball games, and there's another turnover. It's ill-advised pass across court to Silverhorn out of bounds. And that's 3 turnovers in a row for the Lady Mustangs. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Coach Little Jim. And we will take it with them. We'll see if it's a 30 or a full. It'll be a full timeout. We'll be back right.
Like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
(42-41). Mustangs hanging on to a 1-point lead. There's 2:11 to play in the contest. As the Crusaders have continued to chip away at the lead at one time was 13. Mustangs have need a good stop right here on defense. Long cross-court pass, left wing 3 on the way. No good this time. Zoe Brown has the ball taken away from her. We're going to have a tie-up, and possession arrow favors Fort Cobb. Brown had the rebound, and they came over the top of her and tied her up. But the good thing is Fort Cobb has the ball. Less than 2 minutes to play, 1:53 to be exact. Fouls are not really a problem here for the team fouls. The Crusaders have 4, the Mustangs have 3, so it's going to be a while before anybody's at the free throw line unless it's a shooting foul. Mustangs need to be patient here, get a good shot. Silverhorn over to Rep. Thought about the three-pointer. It was an open look. Instead, she'll dribble it out in the corner to Edge. Just got to maintain your poise right here. Don't get too excited. Brown bounced into the paint. Good job hanging on possession of the ball there. Looking for an outlet, and they should change her pivot foot. I could see that, and it'll be a turnover to Christian Heritage with 1:17 to play. They have an opportunity to take the lead here. Mustangs have led throughout. They've pretty well controlled this ball game, and now all of a sudden it's in peril. 1:11 to play. Top of the key. Crusaders now moving it around the perimeter, down to Little Jim. Got to be careful of her in Cleveland. There's a three-pointer, good. Outside shot by Natalie French. That's 7.5 for her, and it gives the Crusaders a first lead in a long time. 44-42 with 51 seconds to play. Now the Mustangs need to respond. Stinson along the baseline, kicks it out to Rep. Left wing 3 on the way. No good. Hit the rim twice and bounded away. 40 seconds to play, and we're going to have a foul in the backcourt by Zoe Brown with 39 seconds to play in the ball game. It's not a 1-and-1. It'll be the Crusaders' ball with a 2-point lead. The Crusaders didn't make any three-point shots in the first half, and they've made 3 here in the fourth quarter. We're going to have a timeout taken, but we're going to keep it right here to kind of reset things for you. 44-42, 39 seconds to play. The Mustangs they've led comfortable lead most of the game. They led by 8 at the end of the first quarter, led by 10 at the half after leading by 13 quite a bit of the second quarter. They cut the lead to 7 as we started the fourth quarter, 37-30, but the Mustangs were able to build the lead back up to 11, if I'm not mistaken. And since that time, Stinson picked up her 4th foul, had to go to the bench, and it's just been steadily lead dwindling down. Part of the reason, I think, is Stinson with the 4 fouls, and the other thing is the fatigue factor, I think. Mustangs only have 6 players. Of course, they played last night, over here in a close ball game with the Lady Comets. They won by 1 point, so it was, played to the max the whole game last night, and then 24 hours later they're going again, and the Crusaders have 14 players on their roster, and they've used a number of them throughout the game, so not trying to make excuses, but I'm just saying the Fort Cobb Broxton has played really hard, and I think they've become a little bit leg weary here at the end, but maybe they can hang on and make a play here to turn the tide. Inbounding, Crusaders in the backcourt, Zoe Brown on her. That's Hannah Carpenter, and we're going to have a foul on Carpenter, or on Zoe Brown. They're trying to get them in the 1-and-1. I think it's the objective right here. That's the 5th team foul on Fort Cobb. They got 2 more to give. 34 seconds to play. Lob pass in the backcourt to Carpenter. Brown goes and fouls her. And that'll be the 16th foul, so she got to do that one more time. That's the 3rd foul on Brown, so I would expect we'll see that one more time to get them in the 1-and-1 situation. 33 seconds to play. They pass in the front court. Carpenter has it now. Silverhorn on her. Near steal. 28 seconds. Now they're playing defense. And now Edge goes out to foul Little Jim. Oh, no, he's going to call a travel. And it's an offensive foul. What do you call it? Traveling. And it'll be turned over to Fort Cobb on a big call. 25 seconds to play. Mustangs with a chance to tie or take the lead. Great defense by Edge. Here comes Stinson into the front court. 19 seconds to play. Gets a screen. Dribbles to her right. Double team. Back to Edge with 14 seconds. Cross court to Rep. 10 seconds. Double team. Looking for an outlet. Silverhorn along the baseline into Edge. In the paint. She troubled her feet. 4.9 seconds to play. Edge caught it. Thought about driving and shuffled her feet in the meantime. 4.9. Going to have to either get a quick steal or a foul. We got to do one of the two. Full court pressure by the Lady Mustangs. They get it into Carpenter. Got to foul her, and she does with 2.8 seconds to play. Silverhorn will foul Hannah Carpenter, and that'll be the 7th team foul, so we'll walk to the other end, and Carpenter will have a 1 in the bonus. Well, it looked like the Mustangs had a golden opportunity there. They had the ball in the paint, trailing by 2 with about 10 seconds to go, and a costly turnover. Carpenter now's first free throw. She could ice it with both. She airballed the first one. That'll help. So now that Mustangs can set up the attack from the baseline, and Coach Shumpert, I'm sure, is going to take a timeout here. It'll be her final timeout to set up a final play with 2.8 seconds to play. Enrique, what do you do here? A long pass and a long shot, I guess. That's what we need to do. 2.8, you can probably get the ball to about half court, I would think. That would be I don't think you could advance it much farther than that. Hopefully you can get the ball somewhere past midcourt and hope for the best on a 3-point attempt. I would guess, my estimation would you try to get it to Stinson, who's able to, strong enough probably to shoot one from half court. Excellent job, I think, tonight of managing her timeouts well. I think Coach Shumpert took some timeouts early in the game to try to give her team some rest and to correct some mistakes. And here we come down to crunch time, and she had that one vital timeout left to set up a play. We'll see what they do here. As they take the floor, they'll have 2.8 seconds. in which to get a shot off. A three-pointer would win it. Riley Rep will inbound. Edge is standing at Stinson at the free throw line. I would guess the Crusaders would try to put some pressure on in the backcourt, as they will. Crimson Cleveland and Natalie French. Now Stinson's got to get free and catch a pass. Here we go. Edge comes up, long pass to Edge, and it's intercepted. Natalie French will dribble it out, and your final score. The Christian Heritage Crusaders come back to defeat the Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs 44-42 as they tough loss for the Lady Mustangs tonight. They control the ball game throughout up until about a minute to go in the game, or 2 minutes to go, and Christian Heritage made a basket, a three-point shot to take the lead, and the Mustangs had an opportunity late. There was a turnover by the Crusaders, and they worked the ball down. There was 7 or 8 seconds to play, and they turned the ball over in the paint, and it looked like they had a good opportunity to tie it up, go in overtime. But nevertheless, a good ball game, good effort tonight by the Lady Mustangs. You got to tip your hat to them. They gave it their all. They just, you kind of get worn down when you only have 6 players and the other team has 14 or 15, and they play most of them throughout the game, and you just get a little tired. And late and I think that really showed up tonight in the fourth quarter. The Mustangs just couldn't hardly track down the loose basketball when they were rolling on the floor. They were hustling all they could, but I think it really affected them tonight late in the ball game. And so a tough loss as the Christian Heritage Crusaders come back to beat Fort Cobb 44-42. Let's go over the final statistics here, the scoring for both teams. For the Crusaders, Erin Stanley, she had 1 point in the first half, and that's what she finished with. Morgan Hale had 4. Natalie French had a big basket there at the end, and 2-4-6, she had 9 points. That three-pointer she hit was a huge shot to put the Crusaders on top. Hannah Carpenter had 7. Gracie Little Jim, she had 2 in the first half, 5 in the second for 7 points. And the big scorer for Christian Heritage was Crimson Cleveland. She had 9 in the first half and 7 in the second half to lead their team with 16 points. For the Lady Mustangs, an outstanding effort tonight, and I just hate it for them to lose a game that you pretty well controlled the whole night, but nevertheless, good ball game. Zoe Brown made a big basket. She had 2 points. Made a basket at the end of the third quarter that kind of gave us some momentum. She had 2 points. Kalia Silverhorn had 2. Kelby Edge had 4. Both of those baskets came early in the ball game. She had 4. Riley Rep had a good ball game tonight. She had 7 in the first half, 4 in the second half for 11. And Jillian Stinson, who had 18 points last night, had another good ball game tonight. She had 6 in the first half, and she had 8 in the second half for a total of 14 to lead the Mustangs. So Mustangs lose a tougher one tonight, 44-42, and so they will play tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock for the third place game, and they will be playing the Newcastle Racers, I believe they are. Newcastle tomorrow at 4 p.m. Enrique will be here with the broadcast for you, and hope you'll be able to tune in for that. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight in our ball game. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and I'd like to thank once again all of our sponsors at ABC Realty, T-Birds, Ouachita Valley Bank, Carnegie Telephone, Southwest Driving School. I'd like to thank Enrique Alwena tonight for his engineering work. Hopefully we didn't have any difficulties tonight, and you were able to enjoy the broadcast, but Enrique did a great job. Appreciate him. This is Don Tyson. Good night, everybody.